That's the noise it makes. Oh, look at you did the you stuffing things with the yeah.
Totally.
Look at that. You look like a little a thing with a thing. Yeah, I dig
You
it.
can't
I dig
see
it.
it, but there's like a bun there and then some of it hanging down. And I kind of like that.
Okay. Well, if you watch The Last Kingdom, like I told you,
I
maybe you dig
I
Ragnar
don't
or
I don't watch anything.
Dread. Um, to answer your text message that you had sent me,
Hmm.
shabam, and ow, I'm gonna break it.
Hold on, I'm not looking. I'm back.
Kaplam, bam.
What is the one on the left, the big one? What is that?
Little
Well, it looks like the ones from episode one, but not yellow.
well, are you, seriously? Do you even know? Do you
Mm-mm.
even know Star Wars? Do I need a new host?
Mm. I've been
Ba-bam.
faking my way through this the whole time.
Like, look at it. It's got a little Grogu. Oh my god, it's pretty
I'm
cool.
blind, so
It's the M1.
okay.
Except, when it's made, it does not look like it's on the box, which was, something I wish I would have known about $80 later. But, it's fine.
I'll just put it back in and return it.
Built, just like shove it into the box.
Yeah, just
What? And then I need to make the helmet, but the helmet is a 872 pieces, so these were a little easier. And I had a sudden burst of energy this morning. So, anyways, hi.
hi.
What is what's this we got going on here? What is this?
It's the pad.
Depression. Yeah, it's the old podcasterino. One could say, "Welcome to NerdPod. Welcome back to episode 3 of ASMR NerdPod."
Love it. Continue to do that the whole time.
Boy, well, hi. How was your week? I'm gonna do a lot of
I'm
hands
trying to
this episode.
remember. I'm trying to remember what I did this week.
Man, now I'm struggling.
I worked. But no, I had Friday off for whatever reason, and it's completely thrown off my whole
Oh,
schedule. I kept thinking yesterday was Sunday and all
fair.
this stuff. I'm just like,
Yeah,
oh, I am way, way, way off. So it feels
just
weird.
like lack of jobs or something, or what?
No, I had just a hell of a lot of hours, so they
Ah,
kind of are trying to still
you know, the old
make it
balancing
somewhat
act.
equal, sort of. Yeah. And then I think Wednesday or Thursday, I'm headed to Coeur d'Alene.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's a fun place
Shuttle,
when it's not, snowing. But
or you're just working all day in the sun.
yeah, touche. And especially in the smoke, is it bad again?
It was for like a day.
Oh, hmm.
But yeah, Friday, I took uh my 7-year-old out on a daddy-daughter date, and we saw Elemental.
Okay. What?
It's like a
Oh,
little Disney Pixar
yeah.
movie.
Hmm. For some reason, I was
Wouldn't have
thinking of
seen it. Yeah.
the show from CBS, like
No.
too. And I was like, well, where's that
I
show?
wouldn't have seen it if she didn't want to see it, but it
Okay.
was kind of cute, I
Yeah.
guess. There's a lot of animation stuff that looked really, really cool.
Hmm.
But yeah, it was all right. And then my wife and I went out paddleboarding for our 9-year anniversary yesterday.
Okay, that's actually really cool though.
Yeah. So no kids, just us, and it was free because we live here. So
Yeah.
it was nice, like
After
just going out on the
working.
water and not having to worry about
Yeah.
any screaming littles. So
Oh my god. Well, I mean, yes, that is a very much a thing. And I actually kind of forgot like how few people are out on lakes up there compared to like here.
yeah, there
Because it
wasn't a
took
lot.
ooh,
Even with the boats going around, it wasn't crazy. There was some lady like out on her paddleboard. Like I can't even stand on mine, and she's doing like handstands on
oh my
hers, and
god.
I'm like, you're making
Oh.
me look like a douche.
Well, the reason why, bro, bruh, there is
Bruh.
a paddleboard yoga thing there. It's like a thing. People do it.
There's no way you can do that on inflatable ones, though.
Oh,
Like that's
people
what I
fucking do
have.
it. Oh,
What?
well, I guess maybe not, inflatable one for the peasants.
Okay. Well, that's what I have, and I'm fine with it.
No, I'm just kidding. Honestly, I'm pretty sure people. I mean, I bet people do probably do it on the inflatable. But well,
Possibly.
I mean, that sounds like a pretty neato Saturday, which you thought was a Sunday.
I did for a little bit there, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's not today's Sunday.
Yeah,
So who
I
gives?
know that. Yep,
Well,
I got it.
actually, today's Friday, right?
Nope.
Because that's when people are gonna watch this.
No,
I
when it
guess
comes out.
when you come out of your shell as a person that punches walls because your name is Kyle.
I don't do that. You know I don't do that.
I know. I even put that in your lower third the last episode.
I saw that. I liked those little captions that kept popping up.
I
That
know.
was really funny.
You know what helped? Edibles. I got a little fun the night that I decided to go and edit, and it paid off. I felt like that was
I thought it
pretty
was
funny.
funny. I liked the video version more than the audio just because of that.
Yeah. Well, suck it, audio listeners. Just kidding. That's
Just
where we're
kidding.
more popular. Anyways,
Yes.
now that I've pissed off half our listeners, yeah, that sounds like a pretty good weekend. As you know, my area got hit by a cute little storm.
hmm
Literally, like literally, hurricane force winds. Crazy. Never experienced it before in my life.
So like you were saying with the electricity out, you couldn't get into your house. What is, do you just have like a little, those number locks on the door? Is that what it is?
A wee little bit of that, and a wee little bit of the cute little ditty number as a uncoordinated homeowner plus person staying with a person. Meaning that the spare keys that were supposed to be left for me were left for me inside the house, not knowing that this circumstance would arise. So,
I mean, who saw that coming?
I know. I mean, literally, though. Like, we knew it was going to be a storm, but not like that.
Not like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, whilst I was at work, it was crazy. I'll splice in some, videos of what I'm talking about, but it was insane. Like, when I say hurricane, I mean like literally actually hurricane. Like the winds were so strongly like just blowing that it literally
hmm
looked like rain was just coming sideways, not sidewise,
Sidewise.
sidewise. That's how crazy it was. But yeah, it was just insane. So then I got back to work, didn't think much of it, got
hmm
home. While I was driving down one of the main streets I have to drive down, saw a lot of fallen down trees, shall you say, one could say, and got a little worried, then got home and was relieved that we were literally the only house in the actual like little bit of the neighborhood, like people immediately around us, that didn't have like any fallen tree, like, well, any fallen tree damage, I should say. So lucked out there. And then
That's super lucky.
while I was walking around the house, I was under the realization that usually I get in via the garage door, and I didn't have that option. So waited around for 3-ish hours, I guess. And I called a lot of locksmiths. Called a lot of locksmiths and could not find anybody. And I need to turn down my monitor. It's throwing me off. Anyways, called a lot of locksmiths, couldn't find anybody. And so I thought it was SOL. And then my brother was able to find somebody. I don't know how. Sent him down there. And they couldn't pick the lock, so they had to drill through it.
Give me like 2 seconds.
It's okay.
I had to yell at children.
Anyways, yeah.
They just kept hitting my door.
Oh, little hooligans.
How dare they have fun?
Just the audacity.
Not allowed. Not allowed.
So yeah, that was my weekend. And then outside of that, I just like did nothing. I did fall asleep yesterday, and I was asleep from about 6 o'clock to actually about 5 o'clock. It was probably around 5 o'clock to roughly 3 in the morning. So we're doing great. But yeah. So anyways, yeah. Welcome to Nerd Pod, I guess. 2 shit shows, 1 podcast. That's our new slogan.
I don't like it.
Well, all right, Taylor, come on in. He just like walks in my door.
Yeah, because he'd be where you are, not where I am. That makes sense.
Walks in with your suspenders. Well, we got some fun little shite to talk about today, huh?
Do we?
Do we?
Sure.
No, that was like a serious question. What do we have to talk about today? I'm just kidding.
I was like, I hope you know. You told me.
Yeah. Okay, so Emmys. Emmys came out.
Emmys. Oh, great. Wonderful.
Yeah.
So excited for that.
Listen to me. It's a good indication of how the shows that we enjoy, the shows that we watch, it's a good indication of how they do, okay? So
They did fine. I watched it.
well, I didn't because I was asleep. But yes, listen. So we have a few categories where Star Wars did very well. In fact, 22 nominations in total, which is pretty lit. Pretty lit AF, as the youths
I
would
only
say.
saw 2.
Okay, well, you need to
So
calm
maybe
down
it was just the
because there was
categories I
22
was
total.
looking at.
Well, that's because I don't have a good quip back at that right now. But the thing about this is that although, you know, one could say that the new Indiana Jones movie is a metaphorical steaming pile of dog shit, it's a little disappointing that Disney did, you know, our girl, because at the same time, like, the shows did really good. Mandalorian did really well. Andor did really well.
Is it confirmed that Kathleen Kennedy's gone now?
I mean, I think it's still like a pretty big like
'Cause I think
rumor.
we were
per se.
talking about it, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think
I saw
anything's
the,
confirmed, but I've seen it a lot of places.
Well, I saw the Bob Iger interview, and they're
Yes.
like, "We're cutting back on everything. There was too
Didn't
much of
like
this,"
that.
and I was like, "So, does that mean that Disney Plus is essentially a failure for original shows?"
Which is ridiculous because
That's what it was made for.
They do really well. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And on top of that, my cousin said a very hilarious and true thing on Facebook when I shared that. He said, "So does that mean that Bob Iger is going to cut back himself as well?"
You know,
What do we
no,
think?
no, no,
Capitalism.
absolutely not.
Exactly. And so, yeah. So I guess we can kind of pair those two things together. So Emmys wise, you know, Mandalorian did very well. Specifically, Guns for Hire, they got a good nomination for that one. Rick's Road, the episode for Rick's Road, got some noms as well, which mainly in due part is because of that live band, the sequence with the live band.
I saw the one where they do the prison break on Andor.
Yes.
Also got nominated. I saw that and I was like, yeah, Andy Serkis is in it. Why wouldn't it?
I mean, yes, and it's also just an insanely well written.
It's a good episode. Yeah.
But yeah, honestly, I'm pretty satisfied with how Star Wars did. I kind of do wish that the Andor actors would have actually gotten proper noms. Diego Luna worked that.
Did he not get one?
I don't believe for his specific performance. I think the show did well, but I don't think any of them did it well in like individual actors, which is not fantastic because I feel like they did really good.
I saw that Pedro Pascal got the nod for The Last of Us, but not for The Mandalorian.
Yeah, which that one kind of makes sense to me. He's not wearing a helmet, and his whole like character is not supposed to be stoic, which he kind of is in The Mandalorian. You know what I mean? But yeah, so it is interesting because while we had a really good, while Disney performed really well in the Emmys, that has been overshadowed by the fact, or not overshadowed by the fact, undercast, whatever the word is there. But yeah, the writer's strike. So do you want to chat about the writer's strike real quick? Because that's a whole interesting thing.
I don't know a whole lot about it, but I've seen more and more actors, kind of come out. I saw not James Gunn, Sean Gunn.
Yeah.
Talk about it. I saw Ron Perlman talk about it.
Yeah.
I know the cast of I think it was Oppenheimer left the premiere in London to go strike. I heard about that. But as far as like the actual details, I don't know too much. I know they were talking about with like background actors doing like paying them for one appearance, then making everything they ever do for the rest of forever just an AI thing. And I thought that was insane.
It kind of makes sense that like they're going towards that since they can just like do straight deep fake. So the gist of it is pretty much that the Screen Actors Guild has now joined the protest. So not only do you have the weight of the writers, but now you have the weight of actors. So our buddy boy
stopped filming too.
Yes. So it's going to, it is going to delay a lot of the things that we probably wanted. So things like the Thrawn movie, things like that. Obviously, I think it is ironic that Bob Iger, big air quotes there, total irony. I do think it's a little interesting that Bob Iger wants to pull that card. He's saying that everything's underperforming and that they're going to cut, a lot of shit. It's just inconveniently timed, right? Like if it's not like, I don't know, it's not a conspiracy, bro. Okay. Like it's reality. It's just, this is a lot of these things that are happening from these streaming sites, from movie studios, all of that type of stuff. It's conveniently timed with big air quotes that they are making these cuts, that they're firing all these different people at the same time that the strike is happening. When in reality, all of the strike is to say that when these movie companies, when, not directors, but the production companies themselves would make like, as I think Sean Gunn said, 200 times as much, maybe back in the 80s, and now they make 300 times as much as like the lowest paid person on a movie set. Like that's an issue, especially when I don't think the actors even see that large of a cut with our like series that we get streaming wise. So it's just insane. It's insane. And I don't know. I think that it's different because Disney is the largest entertainment company in America. So it's just different. And it just hits in a little bit of a different way when the CEO complains like that. When the people on the bottom are just not making their fair cut. So the whole thing is, as the kids would say, fucked.
Yep.
The youths specifically, the
youths.
young,
Okay.
the young youths, age range 5 to like 10. That's what they say. They say this is fucked.
Can kind of confirm that they don't.
Well, what are you drinking? Blue nectar.
Baha.
I'm so jealous. That sounds amazing. Anyways, so yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm just like crazy with it all. It's just, it's a little intense because we've gotten a lot of decent content, really, recently, I would say.
I think they're all overpaid, but that's just me.
Yeah. And you know what? Maybe if our girlfriend ended up getting nicked because of the dog shit movie, I guess it wouldn't be too big of a deal. Because, come on. She was also, like, not that great of a person when it comes to, like, Star Wars content. Because she was one of the biggest proponents as to why Tony Favreau kind of took a little bit of a step back from Mando.
Jon Favreau.
Same thing.
Nope.
Yeah, no, we're gonna skip over that little number. But yeah, what else we got? What else has happened this past week in the shit that we care about?
Well, you sent me some stuff on Star Wars Outlaws. That was interesting.
The game that I'm not excited for at all.
No, why would you be? That'd be stupid. That has a girl protagonist. Gross.
I know, and honestly, the audacity of giving us such an expansive world.
Yeah, that's motherfuckers.
Jesus.
Can't have that.
Jesus Christ. Okay. So, yes. So this is a confirmed thread on Twitter. Yeah, you got to do big air quotes. We don't get our asses.
It's not a thread on Threads.
Get the fuck off this podcast. Just get really angry. That's it. I'm out of here. But of course, what I would do, just for dramatic effect, is I would get up and leave. And then, come back like an hour later, hoping that you had hung up, just for dramatic effect. But you're like still sitting there waiting for me to come back.
Oh, I would have been gone.
So yeah. So speaking of Star Wars Outlaws, so we got a few different things. They had said specifically that each planet's going to be big enough that you can traverse around it, both on a speeder bike and just walk around. But it's also going to be small enough where it's, not like Elden Ring. Elden Ring. Ooh. I just hit my mic. Not Elder Ring. But they said that it is big enough that you can experience traversing through it, even with high-speed vehicles. Moreover, what it also said was that they're going to have cities in like 2 to 3 zones, much akin to Assassin's Creed Odyssey, or in the Destiny community, much akin to all the planets that we have in Destiny, where we have different zones, as you could say. What else? Each location is handcrafted instead of just creating. Okay. So like a lot of game studios will create a specific location and then just like use fill around the rest of it. And they are saying that this is all specifically handcrafted. So it's not just like fill and repeats. It's like very specific and intentionally done throughout the entire environment.
I think that's really, really cool.
Yeah. Which is awesome because we'll get specific stuff for specific planets instead of stuff being recycled elsewhere. Which
I saw that
I can't think of
her alien companion is more like kind of like we were talking about, more akin to like a BD1 sort of.
Yes.
Let me help you with this sort of little character,
Actionable.
which is nice.
Yes.
Yes.
Moreover, the game is going to be a lot more expansive than I think we thought it was going to be.
Yeah,
Which,
it sounds like it's going to be way, way bigger than I initially realized.
and I guess the quote that was used in this conversation with the dev, big air quotes again, focusing on a full freedom of approach. So, meaning that all of these different side quests, all of these different quest vendor areas, all of that shit is 100% decidable by the character, and it seems like it's going to have some diverging paths, which will be
Yeah, I'd like
cool.
it if not everyone's playthrough is the same, if that's
Exactly.
possible.
Exactly. And I think that that's what it's going to be based on, yeah, just what we're seeing here.
Mm-hmm.
They did say that players will not have total free reign in terms of travel, that you won't be able to freely fly above the planet, or sorry, that you will be able to freely fly above the planet for a small area, but it's going to be restricted in before you can just hyperlane it out, which we kind of expected and we kind of saw in the
Mm-hmm.
devs thing. Akin to BD1, that was the other bit.
Mm-hmm.
Handcrafted, they're kind of repeating themselves a little bit in here. They wanted to emulate the sense that we got from like the 70s, like original series, or sorry, original trilogy. And
Because
so,
that's where it's kind of set in between, I think
yes.
five and six.
And so I think they say
So
that
yeah.
in maybe in response to like Survivor, where Survivor visually still has kind of like an updated look. I think they're saying that this is going to be much more retro, even down to like the HUD is going to be like retro
Mm-hmm. And I
looking.
know the ship is more of like a simple sort of
Yeah,
thing because that's what they had during that era. So
exactly. And so I think they're just going to make it much more narrowed, and they're going to give us kind of like a big air quotes again period piece kind of Star Wars content instead of it
mhm.
being like looking like that, but still being all updated and Star Warsy. But yeah, so that was it for Outlaws.
So do you think we're gonna get any sort of cameo sort of things in the background with other characters around that time? Because I think there was Han Solo and
Yeah.
Carbonite in the trailer or the gameplay
Yes.
thing.
So yes.
Because
So that's the
I could
running
see
theory is that it's
I
him.
could see Jabba the Hutt being in it.
Yep. Probably some Boba action, because he would have been
Hmm.
skulking about around that time.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, realistically, I'm sure that we're gonna probably see somebody like Lando. Probably gonna get some
Oh
cameos
yeah,
of him.
that'd be cool.
And then of course with Rebels, with it being like they're kind of getting recruited into the rebellion. I assume that we're probably gonna see some characters surrounding the rebellion as well.
That'd be interesting.
I don't know who, but maybe somebody.
Even if it's just like a short little thing, like it'd be kind of like it's the same universe. You kind of have
Yeah.
to. I mean, you don't have to throw in stuff, but like if there's other things going around in that timeline, why wouldn't
Yeah.
you?
I mean, the fact that it's going to be like taking place in the Outer Rim, we're probably going to see our boy Tarkin, right? So I
Hmm.
feel like we're going to see a lot of like nods to characters we already know about and know of. Maybe we'll see Saw Gerrera since he was kind of the guy that was
I
the
hope not.
rebellion at the time. I know nobody wants to. You know what? If you come into this podcast and you like Saw Gerrera, you get out. My
You
daddy's
don't.
daddy didn't like no Saw Gerrera because he's a fucking war criminal. God, I don't like Saw Gerrera's character. Okay, like there's nothing. Stay on topic,
It just
Dakota.
causes more problems.
Causes more problems for me, man. I get
Mm.
angry. Let's stay on topic, though. You know what? Fuck Saw Gerrera. I hope he doesn't show up in the game, but I know he's going to.
All my homies hate Saw Gerrera.
I'm gonna make that our first T-shirt.
It's not a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea, actually.
You know
So
what we should
yeah.
do is like have people demand shirts, and then when we actually get them, they don't buy them.
Oh, I don't know if you're listening right now, but we know who we're talking about. I don't know if you're listening and watching, but if you're watching, Who are we talking about? I wonder. So yeah. Anyways, what else? So that and some other stuff, and then some other things, right? Oh, we have something to fucking watch, is what we have. I don't know how it's gonna work.
Oh, yeah, I didn't watch it. You told me I could watch it. I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it either. I don't know how we're gonna make this work since it didn't work last time, but we need to watch that right now because I haven't watched it and I've been fiending.
ASHOKA.
Okay, so pretty much we just gotta sync up our audio.
Do you want me to go and find it somewhere? Because you can't put it in here.
Go to the YouTube and then we'll just, we'll play it together. There we go. Yeah.
ASHOKA trailer.
The official trailer.
My internet is very, very slow. Mine is not.
Well, get good, scrub.
I can't. The internet is abysmal out here, as you know.
One could say that, yes.
Official trailer 5 days ago.
Yeah, we're a little late.
Oh, don't start yet.
Okay, I'm not going to.
Okay, I am ready whenever.
Okay, I'm gonna play in a 3 and a 2 and a 1.
War is inevitable. One must destroy
Who's
in order
she?
to create. We are no Jedi.
Oh, you know it's good when it's in red.
Hearing whispers.
Yes.
Of
Yes.
Thrawn's return as
Okay.
heir to the Empire.
Ooh.
What happens when we find Thrawn?
Power. Such as you've never dreamed.
Okay, Star Chart, come on, let's go.
I've spent most of my life fighting a war.
Okay, there
That's
she
why I'm
is.
trying to convince you to help me prevent another one.
Oh my god, I love
Mon
You and I
Mothma.
both know who could help you with this.
She's still just as stubborn as ever.
I bet your master found you difficult at times.
Anakin never got to finish my training. I walked
What?
away from him, just like I walked away from Sabine.
You never made things easy for me, Master.
As a Jedi, sometimes you have to make the decision no one else can. But I'm counting on you to see this through.
What?
Nice haircut. Sometimes we have to do what's right, regardless of our personal feelings.
Hey.
Buckle up.
If we don't stop Thrawn, everything will be in vain.
Okay.
You have no power.
Anakin spoke highly of you.
Oh, you can hear the Vader breathing.
We have a lot of work to do.
Once a rebel, always a rebel.
Whoa.
Who are you?
2-episode premiere. Okay.
I'm not crying. Dude,
Wow.
that was so fucking good. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. I think it's
So
gonna
that
be a
guy
really
knows
bad
Anakin.
show.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, so how does Balin know?
I don't know.
Why don't you fucking know?
I haven't seen the show.
God. This isn't working out.
It was smart of them not to show Anakin yet, I think.
Yes. That was so good. That was so good.
Mhm.
Also,
2-episode premiere.
so Sabine called her master, but she's
Yeah.
not necessarily, trained in the Jedi arts. So what the fuck? She's not, she's not a force wielder. She may be. I mean, no. Okay, hold on. because she did wield the Darksaber as a child, so she's obviously still powerful. But I don't know. I mean, because in like Survivor, we saw a bunch of people like using the, you know, lightsabers who weren't actually Jedi, right? All the little side bosses. Did you get to that point in the game? Did you?
I beat the game.
Well, I know that, but did you do all the like, you know, where you fought people who were Jedi that were not actually Jedi? Oh my God, Kyle.
Oh, with the yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yes.
The bounty hunters.
Yes.
Yep.
Haxian Brood. But yeah, I mean, okay, all that point being said, we know that there are people out there who, you know, wield lightsabers completely okay, who are not, you know, force sensitive. So anyways, yeah. It's going to be interesting to see what they do with Balin's character, since, you know, he, unfortunately, that actor has passed away. Mm-hmm. But wow. Also, Hera coming out right in front, kind of being the one that's trying to, you know, unite the band back together, which is kind of cool. So, yeah. Oh, also, Thrawn's little, you know, apprentice. What was that whole little ditty? Looked like a star chart, almost, or...
I have no idea.
Because that looked like a temple. I don't know.
And I heard more about the Inquisitor that people were thinking could be Starkiller.
Yeah.
Has a name.
Oh.
I think it's Marok or Marok.
Okay.
But it's not Starkiller.
And is it like an actual Inquisitor? I
believe so, yeah. But I don't know. It would probably be like the last one.
Well, yeah. My theory... Wow, I never fixed that. That's going to look great on our video. My theory is that it was the fifth brother? Whatever the one was in Rebels that tried flying away while they were on the planet and then fell and crashed and died. But we know in, you know, anytime somebody falls, that doesn't actually mean they die in Star Wars. Because physics. I don't know. It all just looks so good. It's not like I'm still waiting or counting down. But 2-episode premiere. That'll be pretty
that'll be good.
Cool. And then I think the 3rd episode, then they do like a weekly release after that, is what I saw.
Yeah, weekly after that, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's supposed to end in October.
Just in time for Andor. Because we should start seeing stuff soon. Because I'm pretty sure that is supposed to be fall release based on their timeline that they already nixed 2 of the shows out of.
I don't know now. It could change.
Yeah. That's very frustrating. But yeah. In other news, how was that Baja Blast? Was that a delicious experience?
No, it got watered down by my ice.
This week's sponsor, waterless Baja Blast.
Yep.
It's just...
It's a good sponsor to have.
It's just syrup in a drink. Anyways. So, yeah. Pretty interesting. That's for sure. What about non-Star Wars news? Anything in, like, non-Star Wars stuff? That's a no.
Oh.
I'll cut this little dead air.
I haven't heard
not a lot of stuff.
A whole lot that isn't about stuff we haven't already talked about, honestly.
Yeah. Oh, wait, why is Call of Duty trending today?
Who cares?
Oh. Okay. Woo. It seems, as of 2 hours ago, Sony has agreed to a 10-year deal with Microsoft when it comes to the Call of Duty brand.
Oh.
So
well,
at least for
They
10 years, they'll own it. Or not own it, be able to use it.
Did you watch that Assassin's Creed thing I sent you?
I did, governor.
How weird is that?
I mean, it's weird, but also kind of cool.
Yeah, so they're, to those who don't know what the hell I'm talking about, they're making like a a haptic vest that goes with Assassin's Creed Mirage, to where you, like, if you get shot or stabbed or whatever, you basically feel that while you're playing.
And it's
Which,
kind
you know,
of,
I'd fall on my ass if I'm playing that. Like, I don't know how safe that is, but
it's kind of an evolution of like existing VR technology. And so like those vests and those haptic suits are very popular and like very realistic necessarily. Like VR games. But I don't know if I've actually seen it at an affordable rate like that.
Yeah, I think consumers. It's like, well, I didn't even think it was affordable. It's like $500.
But compared to like the thousands of dollars that, you know, the other systems in the same category do. There's actually, so cool thing about VR, I feel like I already said this in another episode, but there's a specific VR, like, you know how they do, you know, escape rooms where it's like a group activity?
Yeah.
They have like VR facilities now. And it's like you suit up with you and your bros, and like it's like you can have zombie scenes. It's really, really cool. They have one local to where I live. And I need to try and look at the prices and try and like book us. Like, I really want to go. But it's the same thing. So like specifically in the zombie sequence, because you're wearing like a suit that does have haptics, like if you don't shoot one of the rats, you can feel it like crawling on you and stuff. It's gonna be so cool. It's gonna be so cool. Or like when the zombies grab you, it can like, you can feel it like
you can feel it.
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
That's very interesting. I'd be super keen to play a game where like that's a thing. Like, I don't know if I'll buy that vest, but I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I want to feel that, because it's just like
that you have, my brother.
A lot of it. Well, yeah. A lot of it was like, you're gonna feel a violent thing happening to you, and I'm like, do I really want to feel like I'm getting stabbed in the fucking gut? Like,
exactly. Yeah, that was
no, probably not.
So in the video, it lined out like the different things that you'll feel. So I think it was like what? It was a mild gut wound.
Yeah, there's gut wound. Some darts, some stabbing, some shooting stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just no. I want my games to be realistic.
I don't know if I want to feel that.
Yeah, I don't want to have phantom, you know, limb syndrome for like a week afterwards. You know, that does...
Just call into work. I got stabbed in my video game. I can't come in tomorrow. Sorry.
But, okay. So, like, when VR technology was really coming out, like, at a consumer level, like, realistically, I think it was probably, like, 2017, 2018, when phones started supplementing in that, where they sold, like, the headsets for phones, all that shit. It was, like, studies were done because it's an actual thing to have, like, VR-related, like, psychosis. And so it was reporting that people that were spending long periods of times inside VR, when they were coming back into reality, were struggling with things like depth perception. And, like, it does do a psychological toll on your body. So somebody who would play video games at such a hyper-realistic level all the time probably would inertly have some sort of mental health response from their body not being able to perceive which is reality and which is not, especially in that circumstance where it is so realistic that your body can even feel touch. So it would be really, really interesting is the word I was trying to find there. It would be very interesting to see long-term effects of what, you know, those type of gaming situations could cause. Even if it's just like you using it for like, I don't know, 4 to 5 hours. What would that do? Like when you're coming out, you would be like touching everything weird. Like, I don't know. It's just it's such an interesting technology.
You played Guitar Hero growing up, right?
Hell yeah, brother.
Well, you remember like looking away from the screen when you were finally done and like everything's scrolling for a little bit?
Yes.
Like that's a weird thing.
Yeah.
And that's just a basic game where they weren't even trying to do that.
Exactly. Wild. Oh my God. I'm not yawning. Why did you just yawn on the stream? That was really rude.
I would never ever do that unless I had to.
Should we go back to last week? Oh boy. But yeah. So that's that. I realized that we kind of blew over the fun little thing that you had created this past week.
What did I create?
For news.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how we'll have to figure out how to.
We'll just have to put it in and put a gap there. That was fun. Really fun to make.
Yeah. So Kyle and I are branching out. Now that we're kind of getting into like a rhythm of what we want to do, we're starting to like just be a little funny and add some humor into everything. As you guys saw last week, some of the edits, I personally think that they were kind of funny. Kyle thought that they were pretty funny. Yeah. If you didn't think that they were funny, then I'm sorry. But yeah, Kyle and I are branching out and doing some fun little things, and we're excited to continue to share with you guys some of those things. Speaking of which, I'm gonna get up and like I walk out that door and then just like walk into your door. Surprise, Kyle! I'm here. This is the other thing that we're doing. Live episodes each week.
Oh!
Could you imagine that? Actually, I like fly in the morning, record, and then fly back out on the one flight that comes in and the one flight that comes out.
I was talking to Cole, who we're gonna have on the show next week.
Yes.
And he's like, "What if like
guest
during the summer, like when we want to take a break or whatever?
Yeah.
We just have him on and don't say anything about it. Like, nope, this is Dak. Nope.
He and another person just takes over the podcast.
I just thought it'd be funny, but yeah, he's gonna be on next week, and we're gonna talk about some Dungeons and some Dragons.
Satanic cool. Nerd shit.
Okay, that's no,
bro. Seriously,
I know it was like Satanic Panic when it came out, but
yes, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was a big thing.
So you know me, I get bored when I'm baked. I decided to.
What did you bake?
I couldn't think of anything quick enough. Spaghetti, baked spaghetti. Fuck.
Oh,
damn it!
Thank you.
Java juice.
That's okay. Thank you.
I know. Shit. Anyways,
oh, that's cool. Thank you, Starbies.
What were we talking about?
We were talking about the Dungeons and the Dragons Satanic Panic. That's what we were talking about.
Yes.
Big brain up here.
Yes. Got what happened was that I was on Wikipedia because I was depressed and bored, and I was just like scrolling and got onto like a subject specifically of Dungeons and Dragons and how it had like a very strong movement against it from like the hard right Christian groups.
And obviously there's like magic and stuff in the game, and I get it. I get it.
Satanic.
And there's there's there's
serpents,
other made up deities and stuff. Like I understand that, but freaking out to that extent as like calling it a satanic cult is insane.
Yeah.
Like I go to church and I play Dungeons and Dragons, so
Did you like my overreaction?
I just feel like that's your normal reaction.
Okay, you know what? But yeah. Yeah, honestly. What? There's gunshots in the background.
On mine?
No.
Oh.
That'd be kind of cool, though. Just for dramatic purposes. Not in my neighborhood. We had enough this past week. My poor neighbors, actually. Like, yesterday, I guess we were cleaning up some of the trees in the backyard. And a tree fell on the power line. And so I think that they're still out of power, even though we have power here. So, I feel bad for them.
Does not sound fun.
I mean, I read like 6 chapters of like that Heir to the Empire book. So I used my time
So
not wisely.
are you in Tornado Alley, or you just happen to have a tornado?
Yeah. So in this circumstance, the tornado didn't hit us. The tornado hit more north of us. But like, I guess what we dealt with was just like straight line winds. But it caused enough damage that like the entire metro area, all the way down, like even 70 to 80 miles south of here, were all completely out of power.
Wow. Yeah, my mom is in OKC, and they have that just constantly. It's always an issue.
Yeah, I forgot about that. And then I moved back here.
No, not going to get any tornadoes up here.
Well, okay. At least
Earthquake, sure.
Earthquakes, yeah. Did we experience an earthquake in my 2 years there? I don't think we did.
Not in our city, no.
No, yeah.
But there was one that I can recall, but it wasn't insanely bad or anything, I don't think.
Well, why don't they get bad? I also love how
because then all the volcanoes would go off and we would die.
Well, tomato, potato, okay? And with that, it's been a great episode. Have a great rest of the week. Bye, guys. Yeah. But, I mean, honestly, I'm going to shave all this off this week. I'm tired of maintaining it? Yeah.
You're just going to have a buzz cut?
Yep.
Ugh.
It's expensive to maintain, and I came to the realization that I'm not in my young 20s anymore, and so I don't want to, permanently damage my hair and make this receding hairline that I have recede even faster by killing off the rest of my hair. So I'm going to shave it and just stop doing the bleach number. As cute as it was.
So
it was.
I'll shave all of mine too, and we'll just grow it out for like 2 years.
No, don't shave yours, because yours actually is
I'm
a
not
good
going
one.
to.
Mine, yeah.
I kind of miss the mane I had, but during the summer it would have sucked.
The wafty mane.
It was a mane.
Did you use mane hair or whatever that is, like the stuff that's made for horses?
Nope.
Manes.
Nope.
Apparently, it's really good for long men's hair.
I used native. That's what I use.
What is that?
Shampoo and conditioner.
A combination?
No.
A 2-in-1?
No.
Okay. It was
It's
about
native
to have
shampoo,
to literally stop
native
the podcast.
conditioner. I don't use 2-in-1. I'm not a freaking juvenile.
If you would have used a 2-in, we literally would have had some problems. I can look past a lot, but I can't look past a 2-in-1.
6-in-1.
This is really
toothpaste. What?
I almost just knocked it off my desk. I don't know where to put this.
Just throw it at the door. See if it flies.
Well, I don't know though. It's weird. It was not that expensive, and that's roughly the size that one that I sent you was. And that one that I sent you was $849. So, anyways.
That's a lot for a toy.
Okay. I can hear the judgmental tone in that, and I don't abide it. I don't even know why. I don't even know why I've been doing it so much recently. I think it's just weirdly... There's probably some, like, psychology behind it that, like, I'm throwing back to my childhood, but... Now I can afford
nostalgia is extremely profitable. So
I mean, honestly, though, shit. I mean, like the, helmet one that I have to build next. That one's literally made for adults. It's 18 and plus. So I don't know why they felt the need to say
why is there an
plus.
age restriction on Legos?
Probably because they say that like children and peasants can't build it. Oh.
Bet.
Okay, well, listen here. But yeah, so that's about it. What do you think? This is a good wrapping up point? You got some other shit to talk about? And this was the point of the video that we started having some major technical issues. So, fortunately, we had to cut the last little bit out. We did play a little bit of a game. He had to guess some different things from a Star Wars movie. Unfortunately, it didn't pan out the way we wanted it to, and the audio quality was both diminished and the video quality was as well. So thank you guys so much for hanging out. I apologize that we do not have a video for this week. And additionally, I also apologize that we've had so many technical issues. We're trying to figure this shit out while we do it. And of course, that means that we don't really know what we're doing. So definitely, if you are creative, if you do things like podcasts, if you know, like editing, things like that, please reach out to me at one of my socials. I think it's itbdac on all socials. Please reach out to me. I definitely need some help and I need some advice. So with that, thank you guys so much for hanging out for this week's podcast. We appreciate you. We love you. Thank you. And I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of the week. We'll see you guys next week for a normal video and audio experience that's not dog shit because Dak doesn't know what he's doing.